So what's the best diet for nurses? In this video, I will reveal the best diet for healthcare professionals, but I need to warn you because what we're about to cover might shock you. I'm Justin Bauer, and my team and I have transformed 1,000+ nurses in the last couple of years, and in the next few minutes, you'll see exactly how nurses have lost weight quickly and have had success with this diet. Now, if you've worked 12s and have tried losing weight at any point in the past, you know the fitness industry can be completely insane. We have keto and carnivore, Mediterranean and Optavia and Paleo and Ozempic and all this sort of stuff. So out of all of these, what is the best approach for nurses? Because many nurses out there have had some degree of success with every single one of these. Take fasting, for instance. Many nurses already don't have time to drink water or use the restroom. So do we just lean into this and maybe go with fasting? Or what about Optavia, where it's just prepackaged meals? You don't need to cook anything, you don't need to think about anything. Just do your best with the shakes, do the 500 calories of the veggies, and the weight falls off. In keto, it's the exact same thing. It's eliminate the carbs. It's a very easy protocol to follow. Now, before I reveal what tends to be the answer for nurses, we need to understand what the diet is trying to accomplish in the first place. So a diet is essentially any type of dietary guidelines used for physical or health reasons. Now, where the industry completely loses its mind is in these crazy dietary guidelines that they always seem to come up with. Because the reality here is that any type of diet will work. Fasting, you manage your eating by time. Keto, you manage your eating by eliminating a food group. Optavia, you manage your eating because you have preset foods that get your body what it needs. And Ozempic, because everyone is on the Zempi, you actually manage your eating by chemical appetite suppression. So if fat loss requires some type of dietary adjustment, what if we just toss out all the nonsense and focus in on what matters? And if I can give you an analogy here that nurses understand, think back to getting your RN. You had to take chemistry and physiology and microbiology and all of this lecture hall type of stuff. And you basically had two ways to pass these classes. You could try to cram in the entire textbook and get this entire field into your head, or you can master the key principles and simply focus on what's on the exam. And if you're anything like me and you tried to learn chemistry from the textbook, that was a complete and utter disaster. Now, it's the exact same thing when we approach the diet. You can subscribe to all these elaborate theories, you can reread the textbook 20 times and wonder why we still don't get it, or you can master in the core concepts that matter, toss out everything that doesn't, and pass with flying colors. And actually doing that, you might retain some information. And when you attack your diet like this, it becomes simple, sustainable, instead of this big giant mess that this fitness industry has turned into. So with the diet, what are these core concepts that matter for nurses? Here is the simplest way I can boil it down. Number one is your protein level is going to be one of the most important things when it comes to seeing fat fall off. Protein will keep you fuller longer. It's got a very high thermic effect, meaning that it takes a high amount of energy to digest. And as you're losing body fat, it helps you maintain your muscle mass so you don't shrivel up or crash your metabolism. And if you want a full video on just the best snacks, you can check out a video on this playlist to get all the details there. Number two is managing your appetite. As you probably know, snacks can make or break your shifts. So what we have our nurses focus on is the thing called calorie density, because it's not actually the calorie that keeps you full, it's the amount of space that the food takes up in your stomach to signal to your brain that you're full. Now, if you think about this, 15 almonds or 100 blueberries have the exact same calories. 15 almonds will not fill you up at all. Versus with 100 blueberries, you're either gonna get full or you're gonna get bored of eating. There is an absolute ton of stuff that goes into staying energized while burning off body fat on shifts, but beating your appetite by picking the right foods is a major cheat code. And simply just making this adjustment alone can get your body to have fat fall off without making any other changes. Now, number three is managing your energy balance. So yes, in order to lose fat, we have to be in a calorie deficit. But really where it gets tricky for someone in healthcare is having a very physically demanding job combined with long hours and an irregular sleep schedule. Now, by no means is this impossible, but what it comes down to is having the right strategy for your protein, having the right snacks to beat the appetite and keep you full, and simply the right flexibility in your diet to eat what you want while burning off body fat. So to answer the question that everyone is waiting for is what's the best diet for nurses? The answer here is that it's not a diet at all. I always say that it's more of a lifestyle, it's not a diet, but more importantly, it's a set of principles that burn off body fat, beat the 12-hour shifts, and give us the freedom and flexibility to eat what we want while seeing results. Now, here's a slide that I gave to our clients in one of our live calls, and when I think about the nurses that have transformed fast and knocked out their goal within months, they tend to land on something like this, where it's a combination of all of these things that work with their family life, their career, their social life. They're doing a bit of one strategy, doing a bit of another, and still getting their body what it needs to burn off body fat. And this way, they don't have the pressures of trying to force fat loss through doing keto and fasting and dealing with all the stress that comes with the 12-hour shifts. Now, this entire thing is a very deep subject, but if you got something out of this video, you can check out our JBF Nurse playlist on YouTube to just get more videos like this. And if you don't have your copy of our Shift Survival Guide yet, what to do is go below this video to get your access, where I break down the PDFs, more resources, more videos, the tactics, the strategies on how busy nurses like you are transforming at this moment. So don't go another shift without this thing. It has got the best cocktails, the best DoorDash options. I literally made this with nurses in mind. So grab your access down below. Welcome to the JBF community if you're new, subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.